In this project, we went into an old residential area, listened to the residents' real thoughts about their living environment, and tried to use AI technology to redesign a more comfortable home for them. Next, let's take a look at the current situation here. The needs of the residents, and how AI can turn imagination into reality.
This community was built 20 years ago, and many families still live in spaces of around 50 square meters. We can see that the corridors are narrow, the lighting is insufficient, the indoor space is crowded, and storage has become a big problem. The residents have lived here for decades, and they are eager for change, but they don't know where to start. The community we live in has accompanied us through dozens of years, carrying the memories and emotions of several generations. However, time has quietly climbed up the walls, roofs and pipes. With peeling walls, poor drainage, aging circuits, these problems not only affect living safety, but also restrict our yearning for a better life. Today, residents are full of hope and look forward to a comprehensive renovation of the community.
We interviewed several residents to listen to their concerns. Aunt Zhang said, "There are too many things at home, and there is no place to put them. The children can only do their homework on the dining table." Mr. Li mentioned, "It is very hot and stuffy in the summer. The kitchen fumes cannot be dispersed and the windows are too small." Yang Amin hopes that there will be more green plants in the house to make the environment more comfortable.
Aunt Li said, "We have lived here for more than 10 years, and the kitchen has the most serious problems. As soon as we cook, the fumes drift into the living room, especially in the summer." Aunt Wang said, "The environment is very important to me, but the lighting at home is too poor, so I have to turn on the lights during the day. There are also a lot of clutter on the balcony, based on the needs of residents. We use AI tools to input instructions, generate a 50 square meter modern style renovation plan, focusing on improving lighting, storage, and ventilation, adding vertical green plants and children's learning areas. Look, this is the comparison before and after the renovation. The originally dim living room left picture has become bright and transparent by expanding windows and light-colored walls. The newly added hidden storage cabinet's red frame on the right picture make the space less messy. On the left is an old and crowded room, and on the right is a new home optimized by AI. Some people say it is a spacious and bright living room, where the whole family can sit together. Some people say it is a well-ventilated kitchen, where cooking is no longer filled with smoke. Others say it is the pots of green plants on the balcony, growing quietly in the sun. These seemingly small wishes are actually what an ideal home looks like. It doesn't need to be luxurious, but it must be ventilated and bright enough, with storage space and its own little world. We believe that every improvement in details will improve the quality of life. A more comfortable, warmer and more intimate home is the direction we are working towards. Let us start with small changes and slowly get closer to the ideal home in our hearts. What we want to do is not just to repair a building, but to reshape the feeling of home together. Let every corner have light, let every room hold dreams. Because home is not only a place to shelter from the wind and rain, but also the reason for us to return every day. Therefore, this renovation is not only to transform the old, but also to build an ideal life together with the residents. Step by step, turn the real home into the most ideal one in everyone's heart. We realize that the meaning of transformation is never just renovation. What is really important is to respond to people's emotions with design and to use technology to serve people's lives. The premise of all this is to respect the residents, to think and do with them. We did not rush to propose a plan, but listened to them first, watched them live, and then started drawing, testing, and adjusting. Even the position of a sliding door must be repeatedly considered to ensure that it best fits their usage habits. No matter how advanced AI technology and design tools are, they cannot replace our communication with people. They can make design more efficient, but they cannot replace empathy itself. Because space is not empty. It contains the joys and sorrows of a family, the bits and pieces of children growing up, and the daily life and memories of the elderly. In this project, AI is not to replace people, but to become a tool for us to understand and serve people. It helps us generate design sketches faster and simulate spatial light, ventilation, and traffic lines more accurately. But what really impresses people is never the technology itself, but the warmth and care behind it. We use AI to process drawings, but measured the reality of each household with our feet. We used AI to identify problems, but listened to the most subtle demands of residents with our ears. AI makes us more efficient, and human participation makes the plan more intimate and down-earth. This practice also reminds us, technological progress does not mean speed first, but requires us to return to the essence, to truly understand the meaning of living. In the future, we hope that AI will continue to be a good helper for community